I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Looks like you're on the lifeboat, don't it? Thank you for being here. Mischief Managed, thanks for being here. Charlie, love you. Thanks for being here. Allison, Metcalf, Palumbo, came over here from the lifeboat. Thank you for being here. Super stuff is not really my thing, but you're Tommy's brother, so here I am. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Mike Fielder, good to see you, man. The man, the myth, the legend says, "I'll the Sith maniac." Just a chilly head, but thanks for saying that. Hope I'm allowed here. You certainly are. Medium. You know what? No one judges anybody. It's not a contest. Honestly, there's too much of that. You don't even have to. You're a huge chunk of the people that watch the channel don't eat anything hot at all. It's true. Henny, good to see you. Jonathan, on the spot, good to see you. In Marshall, Texas. Thanks for being here in Marshall, Texas. Robert Springs, hello. Glitched out. Miguel Torres. I'm going to ignore the Zach D. Good to see you. I'm going to ignore the chat for a little bit. Drew V, I want to say hi to you. And anybody I missed, Jacob Deathrich, Chip Indo. Please, everybody, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my brother, what's going on with him. And then we'll hang out and just chill and do a little Q&A. If you have a question, just throw a question mark in before you start the sentence. So I'll look for it. And give me just a minute because I'm not going to be looking at questions for just a second. I'm going to tell you about my brother this morning. He has heart problems. He's got a flutter, which is kind of like AFib. Not really. Anyhow, his heart was thumping double time this morning, and we were up at 4:30. And he said he was hoping it was going to mellow out. And he started his show and didn't finish it, which was, I'm glad. You know, here I said this on a video I did earlier today, but I don't know if you saw it. But there's a lot of people that just avoid going to the doctors. Fortunately, Tommy's not that guy, so he's like, go to the doctor. So he's there, and they admit it. They're admitting him. And so what the problem that they had when he first got there was his heart rate was like the double bass drums in a death metal band. His heart was really flying. So they had trouble. They're having trouble getting it down. So that is what they were working on. Look, I think, I don't know how much. It's not like I have tons of extra information I'm not going to share. A little bit. But I think what's eventually going to happen, not even eventually, I think he's probably going to have ablation, which is a procedure that they do for guys in his situation. But I'm confident he'll do well, He's a strong guy. So anyway, I want to do, there's a lot of people today here from the lifeboat. It's fitting. I'm sitting in his chair, his office, so it's understandable. So anyway, I want to make sure you guys understood that he's doing well. His heart's, he's got some heart issues, but it's the biggest heart in the world, and he's, he cares a lot. And as soon as he's able to be out of there, he will be. So, he's good. So thank you for the good wishes and the good vibrations and the prayers. It means the world to me. So thank you. Honestly, it means a lot to him too. Ablations are great, says SPTV Tattoo Warrior. Good to see you. Real Deal, good to see you. Susie Q, hello. Boston Sarah, RN here. I thought the same thing after hearing about this. Likely we'll need ablation to get back to normal. Probably. And here's the truth of it. There's a weird thing with my family and ablation because there was a guy in our church years and years ago. My family, my mom and dad knew, had ablation done and died during the procedure. And that's, happens, I'm sure. It's a very rare thing. And there's a thing that you say in my family and they're like, well, what about Stan? It's what is his name? But you know what I mean? We think about that. So there is that. But I'm sure he's going to do well. He's a tough as nails kind of dude. So, and I love him a lot. And we got a lot of people praying for him and wishing him good stuff. So, told him to stop going on channels and rest. Johnny says, SPTV Tattoo Warrior. Right? Listen. He's a hardworking guy. He and I are both in a unique spot. I've never been in a position where sitting, I had a platform where if I could say something, it would make a difference. And I'm not the kind of guy who's going to talk about politics or anything like that. I'm just not that guy. But if I could help people get sober, you know what I mean, or stay away, or be a thorn in the side in a cult, those are all good things that I'm going to do. Yeah. Thank you, Henny. Appreciate it a lot. Midge, good to see you, dude. Scott A1, he's got to get some rest. He works hard, he does. Here's the thing, man. Every morning on the fives, that's a tough schedule to keep. I've made, and I shouldn't talk. I've made 8,000 or 5,100 and some odd videos in 7 years, and that's 2 every single day, like for 7 years straight. So I get, I have no room to say, hey, he should slow down, but most of my videos, I've done a lot of long, crazy long live streams, like 24-hour jobs, but most of my videos are 10, 15 minutes. They're relatively short, So even if I bang out 2 a day, come on. I suffer a little bit more physically, but I mean, it's not that difficult. But his are like an hour each time. Minimum. Sometimes he goes longer. So he really, working hard. Life of Dennis Brace, good to see you, man. Nice to see you. Diz, good to see you. Hey, Kenneth, hello. Mixed bag of donuts. Snowy Chicago, man. Spent a lot of time up there. Long Dog, good to see you. Spent some time trying to figure out how I'm going to review the Hulu channel. What is the name of the series? It's called Super Hot. Super Hot. Anyways, can you share the number of episodes and how long it takes to complete viewing all 10 episodes? Wandog, happy to tell you. I know it's 10 episodes. They're dropping 10 episodes plus the cliffhanger for season 2, all at the same time. The episodes are 42 minutes to an hour, but there's commercials too. So if you're gonna watch, I think it's gonna take 10 hours, 9, 10 hours to watch the whole thing, and that's ridiculous to me. It's like, here's the thing. I've watched a ton of series like Breaking Bad a couple times, but I wouldn't sit down and watch 10 hours in a row. You know what I mean? And I because there's going to be a million people asking a lot of questions because I'm in it. And I don't know what it's got. I know it's weird. It's a weird thing to be in. It's imagine a puzzle piece. And every day you work on the shoot is a piece of the puzzle. You kind of know what's going on in that puzzle. There were 53 days of filming. I'm on like 34 days of those. So I know a lot of the puzzle. I know exactly what the story is and how it flows and story. There's something happens, and that's what I mean by story. But if you follow what it has, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end to it. I get how it flows. But what I don't know is how they're going to edit anything. I've seen the first episode and a little bit of episode 2, but no telling. Jacob Deathridge, good to see you. So it's going to take a lot of time, and so I'm going to have to, and I don't like watching myself. This is going to be a little different because there's a ton of other people to watch, but I don't like watching me on videos. Real deal. Love that you guys got each other's backs. Real family respect. I definitely have Tommy's. He's always had mine. Queen of Awkwardness, everyone. Throw Johnny a like. It's awfully kind of you for saying that. You know what? I'm not that guy. Neither is Tommy. I'm not the guy who's going to say, smash that. I just feel sleazy saying it. Just like smash that like button. Like, comment, and subscribe. I've said it jokingly a few times, but I've never been that guy. Like, I've made 5,000 videos. You'll not find one where I say that and mean it. I mean, going back to the beginning. I can't begin to tell you how you won't hear me say that. 10 hours about spicy info. Definitely binge it, Jacob Deathridge. I know, Jacob, like Bull Cow took time off from work. He's going to stay home and watch the whole thing. That's just a long time to be glued in front of a screen, And man, that's just too much time to be looking at me. But I have to watch it because I have to know how it plays out. How it'll be interesting. Thank you, SPTV Tattoo Warrior. We can do it for you. Thank you, Goddess Divine. It's too funny. I don't know, man. Listen. When someone asks me what I do, if I'm on a plane, I tell them I'm a content creator. I don't even like saying I'm a YouTuber. They look at me, the goatee, it's like, what do you do on YouTube? That's the kind, I'm a content creator. We can say it for you. Thank you, Charlie Mullins. Everybody doing it for me. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Heavy. You're awesome. Flamin' Jackson, I love you, dude. And Hummingbird. So happy to have you on a live twice now. You met me twice now. Thank you, Ann Hummingbird. Oh, you know what I did? I brought this. I figured I may as well hang with you guys for a while. I came on a little bit early, but I'm going to do a little bit of tincture. This is, I got to be careful with this because inevitably Tommy will say he burned himself. I don't like sabotage. Like I take this and coat his keyboard to get him with it. I don't, but I end up burning him. But this is Tom Brew made this. And this is a tincture. It's a process where they use alcohol or oil to extract all the capsaicin from a plant. And in doing that, you can get it as hot as 16 million. Now, this is not that hot, but it's very hot. It's a couple million. And this is made with the Omega Pod, which is like equal to the hottest pepper I've ever eaten. And more importantly, and more impressively, it's been aged for 24 months. And the aging process, he has a jar of this tincture with all the powder in it. And every day he has a process where he shakes it a couple times every single day for 2 years. It kind of mellows and it changes it's funny because a lot of the tincture he does starts with the same original batch. And I've had 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Actually, I don't think he has a 3 year, but 2 years. Just phenomenal how it starts with the same initial beginning, but it changes so much. The character, the flavor, and the heat changes over time. And this is his 2 year aged Omega. I'm just going to do a drop or so. I don't feel like hurting myself today. Yeah, I do. My tolerance is down. Oh, it's just wicked hot. Here's the funny thing. Sometimes there's flavored tincture like butterscotch or lemon or orange. This is just pepper flavored. It's super strong. I wonder how hot it is. It's made with 50% extra powder. I'd say it's got to be a couple million. Anyhow. SPTV, Tattoo Warrior got a great thing. Yeah, listen, there's a correlation there, Barb, with sobriety and capsaicin. There's a huge correlation. And one of the reasons is, and this is fact, is that eating high levels of capsaicin increases serotonin levels in your body. And serotonin, I'm talking to the mic. The mic's not on. It so happens when you have a mic in front of you. The serotonin helps people deal better with anxiety, depression, frustration, anger. And man, if you're trying to quit something, those are triggers, right? So if you got something that's going to help you deal better with triggers, I know there's such I'm telling you. And it's funny because for years I've been saying there's a correlation because I'm approaching 5 years of sobriety now from alcohol. My days, I don't even know my date, but I'll tell you in a minute. 1,732 days. 4 years, 8 months, and 27 days. So I'm approaching the 5 year mark. And they're just it's funny when you get sober, you start knowing more sober people, and it's like the number of people that are sober and what they're sober from runs the gamut from just cigarettes to the hardest stuff in the world. And capsaicin helps a lot. I did an interview with John Helen. Good to see you. A wild man. I did an interview with Apple TV where we were talking about the correlation between capsaicin and sobriety. It's a pretty cool thing. All right, here we go. Hey, Kenneth, have I tried Marisol peppers from Pueblo, Colorado? I have not yet. Hey, Kenneth, I would like to. You know, there's over 5,000 varieties of peppers. And I have, honest to goodness, barely scratched I haven't even scratched the surface. And I've eaten a lot, but I haven't put a dent in 5,000 peppers. I don't hear that. Do you guys hear that? It's gone. So, is capsaicin a poison to the body? Because I've heard it is. The fierce? I don't know. You know, to me, there are so many health benefits to it. You know, there's more vitamin C in one pepper than there is in 3 oranges. It boosts your immune system. It speeds up your metabolism. Is it a poison? I don't know. No, it can't, because I'll tell you something. There'd be people dying from it if it was a poison. I don't know. You're going to find people that probably say it is, but you know what I mean? It's like if someone's going to look, if it was a poison, think of how I would have overdosed on this. Drinking vials of plutonium and trying to drink a case of hot sauce. I mean, if it was poisonous, I'd be dead already. Henny, thank you so much. If I had a trophy, I'd hold it up for you. I'll hold it up for you. For me. Thank you. You know, when I hit 5 years, that's actually a big deal. I'm excited about that. Chili Phil, I've been enjoying some awesome peppers this week. You'll love that. Diogenes 1360. Hi, Johnny. New to your channel. How quickly does a person's tolerance go down when not eating hot peppers? Much quicker than it goes up. The tolerances fall. They do. But here's the fun part about that. Building your tolerance hurts. That's kind of why I do it. So it's fun. Every time, at the beginning of every pepper season, my tolerance is in the basement. And it hurts, it's painful, and it's pepper therapy, man. Every pod season, it's just a good thing. It's it's cathartic. Can't wait. Anyway, now how it affects the body and body methods of dealing with it, that's a different subject. Let's see. Calling capsaicin a poison is inappropriate use of the word poison. You're messing up the definition and understanding. There you go, Ron Dog. I agree. Far from reality, people that people that sauces can cause ulcers. No, listen, capsaicin does not cause an ulcer. Listen, pay attention here. It's clinically proven, empirically proven with data to lower stomach acidity. It doesn't cause ulcers. It's good for your stomach. What it will do is diagnose an ulcer. Now, a lot of times people will have an ulcer, they'll eat something hot and go, the pepper gave it to me. The pepper, diagnose it in a hurry. They'll diagnose it faster than a doctor will. Doctor's going to make you do battery tests and x-ray, and peppers, you'll know in 2 minutes. You know what I mean? But it does not cause stomach ulcers. It doesn't. Again, I'd have no stomach left if that were the case. I would have no stomach left if that were the case. Certainly irritant, that's for sure. I mean, they use it in spray to. Oh, come here, squirrel. Come up here, girl. Come on, squirrel. She's going, dude, where's the other one? That's what she's saying. Where's the other guy? Come here, squirrel. Hey. That's what she said. She said, where's the other guy? Why are you sitting in the chair? She's going, something's weird right now. She has a couple spots in the house where I leave treats. These little things. Okay, and I leave them on top of weird places that she shouldn't see me do when I do it, but on top of the curio cabinet, on top of the entertainment center, like really high stuff. So she hops up there and there's a little treat for her. I do that all the time for her. I can hear her eating. She found some of them. Oh, that's funny. Does Johnny only answer questions from subscribers? Of course not. Zombies in love, or zombie loves, or zombies love. Ask a question. If you have a question, just throw a question mark before it's easier to cut. My eyes fall in it a little bit easier, but I answer questions from anybody. Honestly, we're all the same here. I overdosed on heroin 5 times, never on peppers. Jamie Johnson. Horse is brutal. I'd rather chase the heat. You know what I'm saying? You and me both. Widowmaker. I love peppers. Sauces. Sauces. Can you recommend any good sweet peppers? You know what, Widowmaker? A lot of the ahis are very sweet, and some people say they're medium heat. They're low heat for me, but they're just really super sweet and very, very delicious. Poor squirrel, you're the wrong one. I am the wrong one. She still loves me, but Tommy hit it on the head. I think she thinks, man, this is a cool setup. I got 2 of these guys now. When I showed up, she was like, oh, nice, another one. I'm sorry, let me mute my phone. That's rude of me. I apologize. I want to get a Hellfire hoodie. That's what you were wearing, Lawn Dog. Hellfire. Here's the funny thing. You want to hear a funny thing about this hoodie? It appears a lot in the reality show. And when I was wearing it, I wore it on a road trip. So it was just my kind of sweatshirt I wore a lot. And we're on the set one day, and they went, you can't wear that. I said, of course I can. What do you mean I can't wear it? She goes, we need a release from the owner, from the guy who owns the company. I said, we're good. Don't worry about it. They said, no, man, we need a release first. So I texted Merle from my phone. I'm sitting there right in front of the camera. I mean, it was just like that. And I texted Merle. I'm like, do I need you to say I can use I can wear your sweatshirt in the reality show, but I need to know right now. And he goes, use it. He sent me back a text immediately. He goes, that's not good enough. We need an email. I'm like, dude, come on. Send the email. We went with it from there, but he had to email them to make it good. But anyway, this appears a lot. And I promise you, he's going to end up selling a bunch of these. Great sweatshirt. But it's really funny. I've had some people get really upset with me about that. Like the evil part of it. It's like, it's hot sauce, people. Come on. It's kind of a dark thing. Think of that. If you think of some of the names of some hot sauces, it's just kind of like that. Well, think about it. Hot. I mean, you're eventually going to go, well, it's really hot. Well, how hot is it? Well, you're going to eventually, when you start working on the hot scale, what's the grand poobah of hot? It's hell, right? So that's where you're going to end up. That's what they did. Hetty says, Ann Hummingbird, you're cool. Isn't she? I think she is too. For real. A lot of cool people here, though. Daz, good to see you, dude. Ann Janosk. Question: are hot peppers part of the nightshade family like sweet peppers are? Some are. A lot of them are not. Most are not. In fact, give me a second. I'll tell you which ones are. I'll tell you. Watch this. See if she'll help me this time. She rarely does. Hey Siri, what hot peppers are in the nightshade family? I got the volume up. Nothing. She finds me something. Doesn't say anything anymore. Boy, I tell you what. Here we go. Man, I'm going to have to actually read this, and I can't do this now. There's a bunch of peppers that are in the nightshade, but most of them are not all of them. Tommy has just entered the chat. There's my baby brother. Dude, one in the chat for Tommy, man. I kind of gave people a bit of an update to kind of, I don't know how long you've been here, bro, but I told them that they had trouble getting your heart rate under control, and that's what they're working on. And essentially, you more than likely ablation is what's going to probably end up happening. If there's anything extra you want to add, please feel free to do that. Nicholas Clemens, do you think Ed will release Pepper X seeds? No, he won't. And pods for the public. He won't ever do that. He's not going to ever do that. Just trust and believe he won't. I wish he would, but he won't. All those ones in the chat, thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. I know it means a lot to Tommy. Anik, good to see you. Tommy is here. He should be here. But it's in a hospital bed, but he's in a good spot. They're taking care of him. Dill's place. Question. Johnny, probably a question you have answered before, but where is the point of hot that cannot be passed without causing damage? Interesting question. You know what? I don't know. It really, here's the thing. I think if it depends on where you are. Like, there's not hot that's going to damage me. Okay, there's hot that will make me uncomfortable, but there's no hot that's going to damage me. If you find somebody who's never ever done anything hot, the tincture I did 10 minutes ago, and it wouldn't damage them, it would bum them out. No one's going to get damaged from heat. I mean, it caused discomfort. You know what I mean? But no one dies from it. There's nothing, no permanent damage ever from capsaicin. You know what I mean? So it really depends on what the person is. Like sometimes you people say, well, I don't like sauces that are hot for the sake of hot. That's more of a talking more about that person's tolerance than anything else. Because if you have no tolerance at all, then the mildest sauce is hot for the sake of hot. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I don't know, that's how I see it. Merle, real good artist creating his apparel, Londuck says. Absolutely, for sure. You know what? I love Angry Irishman. I really do. Bizzle, is Bizzle here? Bizzle, good to see you, dude. Thanks for being here, man. I don't usually catch you live, but I love your videos. Queen of Awkwardness. Thank you so much for saying that. It's a silly thing, you know. I mean, I eat peppers. That's what I'm saying. When I tell people you do, I'm a content creator. If you tell somebody you eat peppers, it's like, I'm sorry, what? It's a weird thing. It's a strange thing. I don't know how to explain it. I know. But thank you for watching. It means the world to me. You do that. Krista Melinda. Howdy, folks. Thanks for coming on live tonight, Johnny. Fun fact. It's my little brother's nickname. Very cool. Tell your little brother I said hi and thank you for being here, Krista. There's some good green ripening super hots. Looking to add some color to next year's harvest. You know what? I'm not a fan of green super hots, Travis. Like green scorpion. I mean, I'm just not a fan of green super hots. I'll tolerate mustard super hots, but I prefer chocolate or yellow. So as far as green, you know, some gators are pretty green. They're super hot. I'm on the spot. I have to think a little more about that. Empty stomach plus the peppers can really ruin people's day. Boy, it is. I'm telling you. I think about how many times, if you knew how many times over the years people have told me that the tube of terror has ruined their day or sent somebody home from work or school, or if you knew, there's probably people in the chat right now who've had a terrible story because of the tube of terror. So, you know, as chili heads, here's the thing. The truth is, as chili heads, we've all done it. I mean, even people who aren't chili head, even if you're not a chili head, you've eaten something too hot one day that went, whoa, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So everybody's experienced it. Yeah, I tried long dog. I've tried the Franken sauce. It's a good sauce. It's a cool sauce too. There's a ton of stuff in it. That's why the Franken. It's a mix of a lot of different things. I'm pretty sure I'd end up in the hospital. I think I was dying. Mischief. You know what? I mean, I've never gone to a hospital for it. Twice. I've like a couple times. I was like, maybe I need to go to the hospital, but they're not going to help you. You know what I mean? Have I eaten pure capsaicin, the fierce? I have. I've a bunch of times. There was a challenge called Trouble Bubble, Bubble Trouble, Double Trouble, Trouble Bubble, something trouble with it, Bubble Trouble, something like that. Hey, help me out, Charlie. What was that thing called? Somebody in the chat will say what it is. But what it was it was a block of chewing gum, and it was just coated in pure 16 million Scoville crystals, for real. And you chew it up, and so I've done that. I've done pure capsaicin a bunch of times. That was a scary challenge because if you breathed it in, it would be, I can't even imagine if you breathed that powder in, like not knowing what it was and thought it was like sugar and licked it. You could easily breathe that in. It'd be bad. Hunter Haas, good to see you, man. Sounds like Ellie Beast. I need to go to the hospital, right? Well, you know what? I think there are either 4 or 5 videos. Trouble Bubble. Thank you, Bizzle. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Chili Phil. A bunch of people helping me out with that. There are at least 4 videos on YouTube of people eating the tube of terror, starting off in their house, like eating the tube of terror, and finishing the video getting into an ambulance. Seriously, they're out there. And there's one where a guy goes, I'm going to the hospital. Doesn't even wait for ambulance, goes on his own. And halfway there, they stop. He can't drive anymore. Pulls over on the side of the road. An ambulance comes over and gets him on the side of the road and takes him. So, you know, it is what it is. But no, it's not killing people. It just isn't. Just isn't. Yeah, Johnny, I knew you had reviewed the Franken sauce, so I went back and reviewed what you said about the sauce. There you go, Loud Dog. I forget sometimes what videos I've reviewed. I mean, 5,000. You know how many times someone says, "You've reviewed this?" I said, "No, I haven't yet." And I said, "Yeah, you have." I look at it, I'm like, holy moly, I did. You know, it happens. I don't know how many sauce reviews there's been, you know, and thousands of pepper reviews. It's easy to forget. Hunter Haas, that's why there's a disclaimer. But the truth of the matter is, I didn't want to say it. The truth of the matter is, disclaimer doesn't matter. Trust me, if somebody signs a disclaimer at a drop zone and skydives and hits the ground, someone's getting sued. I don't care if they signed. I don't care what they signed or how they signed it. Someone's writing somebody a check. Promise you. I mean it. So, but it is a good deterrent. All that is a deterrent. It's like all it is like a scarecrow. The truth. That's really the truth of it. If someone's going to sue, they're going to sue. Do I think the tolerance to beat the heat has something to do with heredity, DNA? Sweet Tea asks. You know what? I don't know, because no. You know how I know that? Tommy doesn't dig the burn very much, but he has a legendary tolerance for pain. Like we have one thing that we have very high tolerance for pain. I told you a few times, Tommy has done surgery on me 3 times now, at least 3 times, where he stitched me, lanced me, did something to me. He stitched me a couple times, stitched my hand, you know, because it was easier and cheaper and a lot faster than going to a hospital. So we both have very high tolerances of pain. I like pepper pain. He does not. So I'm not sure there is a correlation. I think tolerance to pain, I guess he just doesn't like, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think they're different. So. Certainly doesn't hurt. That, you know, here's the truth about pain. I sort of like it. I mean, my mom's not watching. I like it. I don't like heartache and I don't like backache or toothache, but every other pain, there's something in it I can kind of get some pleasure out of. It is what it is, you know. And some people are not like that. Some people eat peppers and it's like there's nothing pleasurable about that. For me to eat a pile of scary hot peppers, I can almost feel it thinking about it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to me. But a lot of people, that's a terrifying thing. So maybe it's just a mindset. I don't know. Question, is your chest still itchy? Mischief managed? You know what? I'll tell you the truth. I'm so bummed out. It was one of the worst decisions I ever made. I don't care if I got 10 million views on that video. It wasn't worth it. It was a bet. It was a stupid bet. It's a terrible, terrible mistake. It's not even that itchy anymore. But I wish I had never done that. I really do. I'm not happy with it. Just being honest, I'm not happy with it at all. Wish I hadn't done it. Ben, nacho cheese fries. Turner, yes. I am ruined for my name. My name is boring. I always need something else because my name doesn't blow my skirt up. Ben, nacho cheese fries? Turner? Pretty killer name to me, man. Wonder how you would handle labor and birth. And Hubbybird says, like a sissy and a coward. No, I don't know. I've had some pain, not just pepper pain. I passed a kidney stone once. I thought I was dying. I woke up and told my wife I was dying. I told her I had a kidney stone. She told me to do? My kid's mom. She told me to breathe through it. I swear to you, that's what she said to me. I went in the bathroom, passed it, thought I was gonna die. She told me to breathe through it. I'm pretty tough, you know what I mean? And here's the thing about pepper pain. It's all relative. Like there's a woman I've competed against. She was in the Netflix special that I was in. She said she's had 4 children, says that calf cramps, like severe calf cramps, are as bad as childbirth. So you got that. So I don't know. I've always said if it was up to men to have children, there'd be like 35 people on the planet right now. And then we'd be like trying to figure out ways that make them have babies. I mean, I think, God's not to us. Haramba John had my first gut bomb about a month ago. It was hurting the next day. Boy, there's something, man. It happens to all of us. I'm still blown away with that amp you have. These guitars have board pedals. I guess a lot has changed since the 80s and 90s. It's a pretty sweet amp, but it's the wrong amp, man. It's the wrong amp. I should have got like a 5-watt. I have a 40. It's absurd. It's fun outside, really loud though. Queen of Awkwardness. Did I happen to tell her to breathe through childbirth? It's funny. No, but that would have been payback, right? No, I was a good husband when I can't. Can I tell you something? Well, looking back on my marriage to my kid's mom, some of the best time we had as a couple was the whole pregnancy thing when the kids were little. That whole time was when we were the closest. So I don't know. So yeah, I'm in the market for a different amp. I need to sell the one I got or trade it and get something different just because the one I got, it's too big, it's huge, and digging my new guitar though. That's a fact. Itchy chest, stupid bet. I'm guessing there was a razor involved. No, there was not. There was no pattern involved at all, Tammy M. You know what happened? We were betting about a stupid Rod Stewart song. Young Hearts, Be Free Tonight. If you polled 100 people and said, what's the name of that song? Most of the people are going to say Young Hearts. It's Young Turks. I was sure of it. He said, so I said, let's bet. He goes, I said, what's the bet? I said, anything. Thank God he just said that. He goes, well, wax your chest. Ever see 40-year-old virgin? I said, yeah. He goes, you lose, we wax your chest. I said, done. Anyway, so we went to this place here in Tucson, and I got my chest waxed, and it was terrible. It wasn't fun. It wasn't a good time. It hurt a lot, but not enough to get an endorphin rush. So I hurt. It was no good. And then it did itch. And people lied to me. Someone said to me, oh, it's not going to itch when it grows back. They said when you shave it, it's got a sharp edge on that hair. It's like the commercial. When you cut the hair off, you got a sharp edge on that hair. And as it grows, that's what makes it itchy. But when you pull it out, it's a new follicle coming up. It's soft. Lies. It's not the truth. It itches like crazy. It's getting better now, but it itched like crazy. I can't begin to tell you how much it itched. Short hair is still itchy, Kristen. Totally. And they lied to me. Whoever said that, if they're, I doubt they're watching. They're not watching. Totally itched. Anyhow. The wax thing was so great for you. Hey, Kenneth, I'm super glad you enjoyed that. I really am. Glad that was good entertainment. Use Noxema, and he says, you know what? I'm not. Don't put anything on it. I hate it. Look, I avert my eyes in the shower when I'm shaving. I don't even like looking at it. I'm a hairy guy. I'm supposed to be hairy. I'm a caveman. I'm supposed to look like a caveman. And when I don't, something doesn't feel right. Johnny, I was a guitar teacher for many years. Randy Rhodes' brother. Rhodes is amazing. I'm a guitar hack, but I have fun being a hack. Love you, Johnny, but it was pretty funny. Hippie check. I'm glad you enjoyed it. No, seriously, I'm glad people had a good time with it. I am. I'm glad it was entertaining. I'm just telling you, from my point of view, I wish I had known the bet. I wish I had said Young Turks, man. wax your chest or something. So, it's kind of a drag, but it is what it is. Let's see something hot. Ashley and Charlie DeVoe. I just ate, I'll do a little another drop of tincture. This is a super hot tincture from Tom Broom. This is made with like there are 3 peppers that I've eaten in the last season that equal. They're all about the same in so where how hot they are, but they arrive at that heat differently. One is really quick, one is a little bit slower, and one is just a slow start. But they all get to about the same level of heat, and that pepper Omega is one of them. NHB. S.C. Dunamar. Thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate that so much. If you're going to ever do a super chat, make sure you at least throw a question in there. See, I'll miss questions now and then, but if it's in a super chat, I never miss that. So, but thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Oh, it's hot. Henny, I like a hairy man, but I knew it was going to hurt. Us ladies knew. A different bet next time. You know what's funny? Let me tell you something. When we were there, I can't remember the term she called it. I do. I'm not going to say it. I'll offend somebody. She had some term. There's another, like a Brazilian for a guy, but there's another. I can't remember the name she had. But I said to my brother, while we're in there, when she was describing that, I'm like, man, I was so sure of that bet that he said we're going to wax it all. I would have said, done. Done. Yeah, that was a drag. That was a lousy bet. Have everything with Ben Nacho cheese fries says, all right, Johnny, have you ever had anything you would call a 10 for heat? What does a 10 look like for you? Death? You know what? I think I might have actually said 10 in a video. Here's my problem. It's I don't know if it's an ego thing. I don't know if it's a masochistic thing. I don't know if it's I just like the pain thing. But there's something in my head that thinks no matter how bad it gets, it can always take just a little bit more. You know what I mean? And that's my problem. It's not a good thing to be like. It's not, So I always think I can take more. No pod, no pepper will ever get me to a 10. You know what I mean? And no, I mean, I'd have to eat a lot. There's a video where I attempted to eat 30 chocolate primatalis, and I only ate like 18 of them, it's not that many. However, that was as close to a 10 as peppers could ever get me. But I ate a ton of them, you know what I mean? So, but I don't know. I don't like saying 10. It's like saying uncle. You'll break my arm before I say uncle. I mean, uncle. No, man. Pop it. I'm not going to say uncle. It's not a good trait. Chocolate pimentel, the hottest pepper I may have ever eaten last year. Got hard endorphin rush, close to an hour of box. It's a great pepper. It's hot. It's a wicked hot pepper. So, you know what? Boy, I'll tell you what, the Louisiana Creeper is a screaming hot pepper. And the pepper that made this tincture, the Omega pod, where is it? Right there. Stupid hot. Those 3 peppers are all about that and a chocolate pimentel are all about the same heat. Jamie Johnson, thank you for your tour in the pepper world. I found a new thing. Thank you much. Love. Hey, thank you, Jamie Johnson. Appreciate you being here more than you know. Mean it. Sorry. Do peppers get hotter when cooked? No, not my experience, but here's what happens, Disturbed Zombie. The heat, the temperature heat, adds to it and makes it sometimes feel like it's hotter, but does not change the SHU of the pepper, nor does freeze drying it or drying it. So, good question, though. Jen Marie, now I'm on a mission to get Johnny Scoville to have a Get a full Brazilian. Any ideas? No, listen, I'm not. Here's the thing with that, Jen. It would take a bet, right? And the next time I have a bet where I'm so sure I'm going to think about the ripping of the fur and just, and I'll pump the brake a little bit and think twice about it. That's what'll happen. I'll think the next time I have a big bet, next time I have a crazy bet with Tommy, I'll think Jen Marie talked to Tommy. She did. And that's what this is about. And I'll know that a Brazilian's coming. Listen, I'm trained well. I'll smell a rat. You can't get me. Hang on one second, people. You know what was weird about waxing my chest? You know what the weirdest thing about it was? I've had hair on my chest since I was probably 17, right? 16 or 17. It starts to grow, kind of like I look right now. But I've had hair on my chest my whole life, right? So I waxed it. To have clothes touching my skin, I can't begin to tell you how weird that felt. Like laying in bed, I'm like, it was the strangest feeling because my skin never, it was weird. I don't like it, man. I'm never going to do that again. Boy, that was a bad idea. But Jen, seriously, next time I make a bet with Tommy, I'm going to think, do you talk to Jen? And I'll know immediately by his reaction. He can't lie to me. I'll know. Thinking of a great bet right now, she says. Can I have a bottle of water near you? I do. Water makes the burn worse, though. You guys know that? DJ Hancock says the bomb is the hardest core hot sauce. Yeah, but it tastes like motor oil. No bueno. That's a terrible tasting sauce, in my opinion. Widowmaker, Johnny, have you ever tried adding some mint extract in with your hot sauces? Opens up the pores on the tongue. It's funny you say that, Widowmaker. We did this. Tad from Harvest 912 has this sucker called Mad Cow Lick. It's got 16 million Scoville capsaicin crystals in it and cinnamon oil. And I'm telling you, when I got a decent tolerance. I'm known for that. So I did this sucker thing. And first of all, it's a lollipop, right? It's like a pumice stone. It's got grit. And it's just like a pumice stone. And you just put it in your mouth. And if you slide it in your mouth, you do that for 5 minutes. You're rubbing the sides of your... Listen, my gums hurt me for a week. And afterward, I couldn't believe it burned so much. I was like, why is that burning so much? And someone said, hey, if it's got oils in there, if it's got like cinnamon oil, it's going to open up your pores and make you burn more. I had no idea. I know now, but I didn't know then. Rasta Rhymes, 420. I can eat stupid hot extract sauces, but fresh peppers are too much for me most of the time. Kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. We're talking to, who was I just saying that to? Tolerances are different. You can have a tolerance for sauce and be able to smash sauce and think that correlates to tolerance to peppers. It's not always the same. And the same thing with if you have a high tolerance, like I know people that dig. Well, you just said it. You like extract, super hot sauces, but pods kill you. Interesting. Ben, why would someone do that to themselves? Because I like it. I know it's weird. I do. I like it. I mean, if I didn't, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? It's a difficult thing to explain. Louisiana Creeper is a great name for a pepper. It sure is, Jill Randolph. That was Troy Primo's answer to the Carolina Reaper. It actually tested hotter than the Carolina Reaper did. Jonathan McDavid. Hey there, Johnny. Caught you on the live. Thanks for being here, man. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be here. Probably just a few more minutes. Been going for 40 minutes or almost 50 minutes already. Bizzle. I do that sucker and I just... you know what? I thought about this, Bizzle. If I was going to do the sucker again, you know how I do it? I was talking to Tad about this yesterday. If I did it again, I'm not sticking it on the side of my mouth because it's like, just try to imagine like putting pure capsaicin on sandpaper and sliding it inside your mouth. No, I just put it on my tongue and hold on my tongue. That's all. I think I knew that. It'd be easier that way. It's your first live stream, by the way, Jen Marie. You're in your very first live stream and you're already planning on getting me with a plot with my little brother. Keep my eye on you. Clayton Hollingsworth, good to see you, dude. Thanks for being here, man. Jeff Steinsick, good to see you. Possibly the best line of all time. Hippie Chick, what'd she say? What did Hippie Chick say? The best line of all time. Oh, somebody repost it, please, if you could. NHB, thank you so much again. Man, I appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much for your generosity, man. Used to wax all, gave up too much, too expensive, too painful, you know what? It's just a drag. I'm supposed to be hairy. Just am. Anyhow, somebody got to tell me what Hippie Chick said. It's not my first time with you. You did a music trip. I knew that, Jen. See, here's the deal. It may be the first time you on my channel, but I knew you. That's why I thought it was kind of fun. Like, I don't know. First time you're on my channel, maybe. Nonetheless, you can't deny that you're conniving to get me a painful, funny video for you. Right? Thank you. Anyway, if you're doing that for me, Hippie Chick, I missed your comment, man. I wish I knew what you said. You are pretty special, Jeff. Emily Owens, I got a horrible reflux. Just thinking about what you do gives me heartburn. You sub. Glad you're taking over for Tommy. You're so cute. Thank you for joining. I'm just sitting in the seat today. It's, just laying my laptop on top of his. It's a good spot to do a video, though. You guys are familiar with it. It's got I think it's a different view. There's more in the picture than you normally see, I think. He uses Streamlabs. I don't like Streamlabs. So I just go straight through YouTube Studio. The Midnight Show, good to see you. Oh, Taviev has a question. Have you eaten hot sauce or a pepper that gave you diarrhea? I don't like hot foods, but getting burning butt hole after eating something hot even scares me more. Here's the thing. Everybody, I may as well talk about it. And see, here's the problem. How long have I been doing this? 7.5 years? I should have read that comment here first. All right, I'm going to answer it anyway. Everybody always looks at me like, when they look at me and they see me do what I do, their first thought is, if I had a nickel, I'm not even joking now, I'll even drop to a penny. If I had a penny for every comment where someone said, oh, can't imagine what it's like in the bathroom the next day, or put your toilet paper in the freezer. Do you think I would do this if it hurt me like that? No. The reason that everybody thinks that is because everybody, me included, everybody watching, every single person who's going to look at this after, we've all eaten something that we thought that was hot, but we could take it. And your mouth writes a check, your stomach can't cash. And you eat it, you're fine. The next day, your stomach hurts a little bit. And then the next day, it's like you're giving birth to the sun. Everybody's experienced it. And so what most people do, what 90% of the population does, is pump their brakes, note to self. Don't do that again. And they make notes, and they'll take steps to make sure that doesn't happen again. You have to understand, though, if it's I have a tolerance. I build a tolerance. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me like that at all. Once in a blue moon, and I mean 2 times in 7 years, I've had trouble in the bathroom the next day. I remember them both. It's not something that bothers me. It just isn't. Honestly, if it did, it'd be a rough gig that I do. What is the most expensive bottle of hot sauce? Jonathan McDavid. Probably right now, it's probably Pepper X. What is this sauce? Where is it? Right here. This is a sauce. Pucker Butt, the hot ones, made with Pepper X. This is $30 a bottle or $28 a bottle for 5 ounces. That, to my knowledge, is the most expensive sauce that's out there right now. Don't ask me if you think I think it's worth it. That's a hole. It will spin out and be on for another 20 minutes, and I can't do that. Can't do it. Be prudent. Excuse me, not at this juncture. Oregon habaneros have a milky, fruity taste, Boxer Box says. Tugardo. No way, man. There's Ardo, my man from Dittman. Hey, bro, 11 months. Ardo, it's good to see you, man. Listen, call me tomorrow if you can. We've reviewed every one of the stuffed peppers, and I want to give you my thoughts on them so we can move forward to that. Ardo is with Dittman Fine Foods, and they're a great company. A couple years ago, I found that one of his, a lot of people that know the channel know that the pepper that got me started was a pepperoncini. Well, I was in this, I got from my dad. Well, I was in the store and I saw some pepperoncini by a company I'd never heard of called Dittman Fine Foods, and they were cheese stuffed, pepperoncini. I'm like, psh. The second I saw it, I bought it and I reviewed it, and it was great. And I got an email from him. I didn't know him, but he sent me an email. He's a super nice dude. He's CEO there, and he sent me an email. And then he sent me some. He said, "I have some cheeses we're kind of testing. Can you give us your thoughts on 4 different cheese peppers?" I said, "You had me at we." So he sent them to me, and I did reviews on that. And so he messaged me, and recently we started talking, and we're going to be doing a collaboration. Do you guys hear the wolves or the coyotes? Can you guys hear them? Can you guys hear that? Tell me, give me a thumbs up if you can hear those. I almost got to open them. I can't believe how loud they are. It sounds like they're on a kill or something. Wow. Anyway, we're doing a really cool collab, and it's going to be out soon. So anyway, I look forward to speaking to you, Ardo. I got great information for you on all of them. Very excited about it. I'm glad you guys could hear that. Now it's just stopped. Do you hear that? It's just gone. That was a kill. They were on something. Wow. It's crazy. I hope it was just like something wild and not someone's pet, because they snag pets all the time. I see them in my backyard all the time here. I have never seen squirrel. That was the loudest. That was close. That wasn't too far away, and there was a bunch of them. I would imagine if she were in here, that would have probably scared her pretty good. I'm sorry you couldn't hear them. It was crazy. I wish I had the window open. It was loud, and it sounded terrible. Squirrel looking for Tommy. You know what, hippie chick? Squirrel's being, she knows something's going on. She's not, she's a very smart animal. And I'm like the guy number 2, but I'm the guy number 2. I'm the back burner dude. And now I'm having to be the front burner dude. I don't know how happy she is about that. SG, thank you so much for your super chat. Hey, Johnny, glad to see Tad and Kit. Hoping they could do a video with Tommy. I know. It's a bummer, but I don't know. Hopefully he'll get out tomorrow, and they're still here. So, but thank you for your super chat a lot. I love them a lot. They're wonderful. I'm a big giant Harvest 912 fan. Do you have some coyotes that are more domesticated, Emily Owens? No, you know what? They're not domesticated, but they'll run right by the house and then across the driveway. They aren't that freaked out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's pretty bold. They're in your backyard. So they certainly aren't domesticated, but they're not terrified. They're not so scared of people that they aren't willing to walk through your backyard and across your front steps. You know what I mean? So But they're terrified of people. If I walked outside, it would run the other way. It's not like it's going to come after me. They're terrified of humans. But it's still pretty interesting. You've been to Pace in Arizona? I've not. Jamie Johnson. Not yet. There's a few places in Arizona that I really need to get to that I've not yet. But I need to. I need to do a collab with Billy Hammer. This is Cody T. The Hellfire brand is my favorite, Jonathan McDavid. You know what? It's a great company. It was the first true chili head company I fell in love with. I reviewed, I think, probably every sauce they've done. I bought two or three guitars from Merle Gibson's, and he's just a wonderful dude and a really good friend of mine. But I mean, again, we have a funny relationship because he likes hurting me. He called me one day and said on the phone, he's like, "Hey, I got a challenge for you." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Drink a case of sauce." Dumb idea, right? But I tried. It was like one of the only challenges I knew going into it. It was a bad idea. Anyhow, Clayton Hollingsworth, y'all have a good night. See you next time, Mr. Johnny. Praying for Tommy. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up right now, guys. We've been on for an hour. But I want to thank every single person that's here. Thank you for your good wishes, your good vibrations, your prayers for Tommy, my baby brother, and I love him a lot. You know, if I could take this for him, I would, but I can't. And there's nothing I can do. So I appreciate all your support. Thank you for being here. You know, he loves you guys, and we all do. The whole family loves you guys. It's a funny thing. It's just, you know, it's a weird symbiotic relationship we have. I love all of you. So thank you for hanging out with us. All the people with a bus pass, you're all very special. Every one of you are very, very special to me. So thank you. Tommy is in the hospital. He's having heart trouble. He's going to be in there overnight. So if you guys want to throw some good vibrations or prayers or good thoughts or good wishes, any of those would be happy prayers. I like the most because I'm that guy. But I appreciate you guys a lot. You're all wonderful. All right. Be kind to somebody. Tell somebody you love them tomorrow. Because, man, they need to hear it. And you need to say it. All right, guys, in the description box, you're going to see all the normal stuff. Thank you for being here. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase D.